Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today we continue our series of decks featuring new legendary creatures from the upcoming set, Lorwyn Eclipsed. I'm sure many of the older players are excited for this set. I had taken a break from Magic when we first visited Lorwyn, so this will be my first time on this plane. Leading today's deck is Eirdu, Carrier of Dawn. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Eirdu, Carrier of Dawn is a 5-mana 5/5 legendary elemental god with flying and lifelink. It makes it so that creatures we control have Convoke. At the beginning of our first main phase, we may pay a single black mana. If we do, we transform Eirdu. Transformed, it becomes Usulu, Carrier of Twilight, a 5/5 legendary elemental god with flying and lifelink. It makes it so that each other non-token creature we control has Persist. Persist is a keyword that says if this creature would die and had no -1/-1 counters on it, we return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a -1/-1 counter on it. Also, at the beginning of our first main phase, we may pay a single white mana. If we do, we transform Usulu. To be honest, I'm not much of a fan of Convoke. Sure, it can be fun in the right deck, but I'm more interested on the flip side. Bringing creatures back from the graveyard over and over again is great. If only there was a way to remove -1/-1 counters from our creatures, or, better yet, prevent them from being added in the first place. Now, before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. Ultimate Guard is made famous by their boulders. Solid, reliable, and affordable deck boxes. Boulders are now available in solid colors, like this beautiful blue one seen here. Find out if your local game store carries the new Ultimate Guard solid color boulders, or click on the link down below to order yourself one from Amazon. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm streaming on Gaming with Danon as well as Twitch. Sometimes I'm building Commander decks, other times I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, but you're always welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Marsh Flats, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta, Windswept Heath, Bloodstained Mire, Godless Shrine, Vault of Champions, Shattered Sanctum, Isolated Chapel, Shadowy Backstreet, Snowfield Sinkhole, Sunlit Marsh, Tainted Field, Bleachbone Verge, Desolate Mire, Fetid Heath, Caves of Koilos, Bright Climb Pathway, Shine Shadow Snarl, Orzhov Guildgate, Phyrexian Tower, Abandoned Air Temple, Bajuka Bog, Field of the Dead, 3 plains, 2 snow-covered plains, 3 swamps, and 3 snow-covered swamps. Not exactly budget, but that's okay. For mana ramp, we've got Warren Soul Trader, Ashnod's Altar, Phyrexian Altar, Pitiless Plunderer, Black Market Connections, Smothering Tithe, Lotho Corrupt Sheriff, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Hierarchy, Orzhov Signet, Marble Diamond, Charcoal Diamond, Mindstone, and Solemn Simulacrum. Some treasure generators, some mana rocks, just what you'd expect in an Orzhov deck. Our card advantage package consists of Skullclamp, Luminous Broodmoth, Esper Sentinel, Grim Haruspex, Morbid Opportunist, Midnight Reaper, Liliana Dreadhorde General, Sun Titan, Phyrexian Arena, Dark Confidant, Twilight Prophet, and Deadly Dispute. Wanted to stay on theme for the most part. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Swords to Plowshares, Path to Exile, Hero's Downfall, Generous Gift, Disenchant, Destroy Evil, Teferi's Protection, Witch Enchanter, Accursed Marauder, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, Selfless Spirit, Ink Shield, and Fracture. Lots of ways to destroy annoying permanents. Our board wipes consist of the Meat Hook Massacre, Toxic Deluge, and Austere Command. Flexible and powerful. For additional sacrifice outlets, we've got Viserys here, Yawgmoth Thrawn Physician, and Carrion Feeder. Our Aristocrat payoffs consist of Zulaport Cutthroat, Ellis Ilkor Sadistic Pilgrim, Blood Artist, Cruel Celebrant, Marionette Apprentice, Sephiroth Fabled Soldier, Corpse Knight, Vengeful Blood Witch, and Bastion of Remembrance. Finally, the core of our deck consists of Bitterbloom Bearer, the Duke Rebel Sentry, Geralf's Messenger, Butcher Ghoul, Micaeus the Unhallowed, Zac Fair, and Solemnity. Some of you are starting to see the pattern already. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 53 mana sources, but between 37 lands, 15 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. High, I know, but so is our curve. 12 pieces of card advantage, 13 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 1 piece of graveyard hate in Bajuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in the Meat Hook Massacre. In Magic, a creature cannot have both a +1/+1 counter and a -1/-1 counter. They nullify each other, so there are no counters on the creature. Isulu, Carrier of Twilight, gives our creatures Persist. If we have a creature with Undying, or one who enters with a +1/+1 counter on it, or Solemnity on board, we can sacrifice a creature and return it to the battlefield infinitely. Add any of our Aristocrat payoffs and we kill the table. For those new to the channel, Aristocrats is an engine with 3 parts: sacrifice outlets, creatures to sacrifice, and payoffs for sacrificing those creatures. You need all 3 of those for it to be an Aristocrats deck. Now, you only need 1 sacrifice outlet on board, but having backups to your plan is never a bad idea. And the more payoffs you have, the quicker the game ends. The final piece of the engine determines a lot about your deck. Are you going for tokens? Then reanimation probably isn't something to focus on. Instead, token doublers would be ideal. But if your commander brings creatures back from the graveyard, you can have creatures with good end-of-the-battlefield abilities, sack them, then bring them back. There are a lot of little variations you can add in an Aristocrats deck. Do you have an Aristocrats deck? Who's your commander? What theme did you go with? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also want to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alix, Conga, Robert, Pi, Kazaris, Patrick, Tiz, Art, Richard, Boomy, Osra, Justin, Golden Walker, Captain Hammer, Sleech, Mr. Salty, Daniel, and Zombie. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Danon.